views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
And good morning to you. Good morning to yours, too. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Open. It's a show that brings the Bronx and the world to you, and I'm your host, the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS in New York. And, hey, we have a wonderful show lined up for you today. Coming up, we'll take a look at an organization working to raise awareness of a blood disorder and a program striving to give patients a voice. Plus, as fall approaches, it's back to school time for many. You can see people lining up for backpacks and things like that. We'll check out a day in the Bronx filled with entertainment, giveaways, and more. After that, we'll take a look at a summer event giving scholarships and funds to nonprofits in the area. And my man Bobby C has the latest in the headlines in the world of sports. Watch out. Then we'll sit down with a singer and a songwriter with Bolivian roots. Get a taste of his work. Stay tuned. All this and more is headed your way. We are now open. Hey everybody, I'm your host, the Doc Bob Lee from WBLS, and you're watching Open. It's the live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Leading things off, here we go. On August the 22nd, the New York City Hemophilia chapter will hold their Patient Voices Advocacy Series in the Bronx, and joining us with all the details, we have the executive director in the house, good friend of a good friend that I know, but now he's a good friend of mine too, Jeremy Griffin. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. Yeah. Hey, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Bob. Good morning.
Good
Nice
morning.
to see
Good
you.
morning.
Thanks for having me here.
So I've worked with a couple of people that you work with now.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
Antonio Coppola is a good friend of yours. You've worked him before.
Let's give him a big shout out. Hey, we're waving a hand, Antonio. Look.
Good to see you.
And the whole crew too. So you're working with another organization now. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so it's the New York City Hemophilia chapter, and the reason I'm here today, we're doing a patient voice advocacy series on Thursday, and it's really about, like right now in healthcare, it's crazy, you know? Expenses are going up, and patients don't know what they're gonna do. So we are trying to collect people with rare or chronic conditions together, and come together on Thursday here in the Bronx. Anybody in the Bronx that has a rare or chronic condition, come out, and we're gonna talk about what issues they're having. We run the New York City Hemophilia chapter, so we're focused primarily on people with blood disorders, but we've partnered with sickle cell, MS, and that day specifically, we're honoring LaToya Joyner for all her amazing work for patients. That's
Tell us a little bit about hemophilia.
Sure. Hemophilia is a blood disorder that's caused by a missing protein in your blood. And it varies, but it affects about 20,000 people nationwide. And what happens is your blood doesn't make this protein, so your blood doesn't clot. So it doesn't mean that if you're going to cut yourself, you're going to bleed to death. But what happens is you get joint bleeds or other internal bleeds that are very dangerous.
And sometimes you don't know about it, but it's going on.
Right. Yeah. You're born with it. It's a chronic illness. You'll have it all your life.
I mean, sometimes you don't know about the bleed that's going on and the joint bleed or something
right.
like that.
It could, yeah, you know, typically there'll be pain associated with it, but it is very dangerous for folks. Luckily, through the years, there was a point 30 years ago, if you had hemophilia, you probably wouldn't live to like 20.
Yeah.
And so now medicines have advanced significantly. And what we do as an advocacy organization is make sure that people have access to care, that innovation's happening. We're pushing for research, and crazy things are happening. Like there's gene therapies coming about, but that's the kind of work we do to help people with bleeding disorders.
The first time I heard about hemophilia is when I was studying history, and we came across this young man by the name of Rasputin.
Yeah, you're right. There's a deep history. They call it the royal disease.
Yeah.
And so the history goes way back there, where you know, Rasputin, the Russian oligarchs, they had hemophilia, and it was passed through. Because it's a genetic condition, if folks are marrying or whatever. It would stay with the family.
Yeah.
And so, but back then they had no medicines.
Yeah.
Now you do.
But they looked to this young man. They said, "Well, he has the cure," and he cured the king's son or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you know, like I don't think in the day there was as much known about it. People knew that like what was going on. Like, hey, look, they're bleeding. But the science of the fact that it was just one protein missing, it's all caused by one gene. So as far as like whenever you look at how medicine is going to evolve, a lot of rare conditions like hemophilia are going to be the first ones that are going to end up having gene therapy.
Gene therapy, that's what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah?
Do they have anything dealing in gene therapy that can maybe create a clot or can be a substitute for the missing gene?
So as it stands right now, the way people treat is they take that protein that's missing and they put it back in their body. But what we're getting to science-wise, there's folks that are now developing gene therapies that would replace it and teach your body to create that protein. And you would have one treatment and it's done.
It's done.
So the way they treat now is they have to treat like folks with hemophilia would have to treat every day, couple of days, and it's an intravenous stick that you have to put in your vein and infuse this medicine to live a normal life.
Yeah.
But with gene therapy, they could maybe at some point, it's in trials right now, but at some point they could actually have one treatment and it would let them create their own proteins at that point.
But today you can live way past the days that we couldn't live back then with hemophilia.
Yeah, I mean, so now whenever we're looking as advocacy groups and nonprofits about like, what are we gonna do? We're actually developing programs for people with bleeding disorders and hemophilia that are aging. It never happened before, you didn't age. Back in the 80s, 90% of people with severe hemophilia contracted HIV and AIDS.
Yeah.
And that happened because their medicine that they use is a blood product, and that blood product, some of it was contaminated. So a lot of our community was just decimated during that time.
Yeah.
Now, through
They
that,
filter out the blood. And they
blood is safer. Our community like suffered a lot, but in the end, we were able to create safeties that are going to affect people for all time, how to treat medicines better, how to collect blood better, that sort of thing.
So tell us about the Patient Voices Advocacy series that's going to take place.
Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Thursday night, 6:30. Residents in at Metro Center. You can go to bit.ly/patient voice Bronx. If you're rare or you have a chronic condition, come on out. We're going to be honoring LaToya Joyner there. And she's done some amazing work for us. This last couple of years ago, she dedicated March as Bleeding Disorders Awareness Month. And she's just a fighter for folks with chronic illnesses. I know she's worked closely with us in the sickle cell community. How do we do the right thing for patients that need access to care?
Oh, yeah. All right, so we need to get involved in that, too.
Ooh, I like that.
I wonder if we can get a couple of cameras down there and get
Ooh,
some
come on
coverage
down
from the
Thursday
radio
night.
station and TV station.
We'd love it.
It's Thursday night. Let me see. All right, there's a number of things on the program already on the list, but let's talk afterwards.
Okay.
And see what we can do.
I'd love that, Bob.
Yeah.
Be great.
So what's going to take place there? You have
well,
it's
you
gonna
know,
be
when you
indoor-
get people
indoor thing,
together,
right?
you get people together around 6:30. There's something, you know, have a little cocktail, have a little fun, and have a couple little hors d'oeuvres, that sort of thing. But patients are going to tell their stories. They're going to talk about what it's like, what issues they're dealing with access. Nowadays you have to get a lot of prior authorizations every time you need a medicine.
Yeah.
And so we have a piece of legislation we've been trying to pass in Albany that limits that. You have a chronic condition, you know you're going to always need that medicine, but a lot of people every 6 months or 3 months, they have to get prior authorization. And there's delays, they can't get that. So talk about those sorts of issues, and then we're going to be honoring LaToya Joyner, getting her to talk and telling about the amazing things she's doing for folks in the Bronx.
That's great. Okay. So it's going to be from what time to what time?
6:30 to 8:30.
6:30
Unless
to
you want to
8:30.
stay later.
You can stay later as an after party.
It's
Huh?
fine. As long as, the reason we're getting people together is oftentimes these chronic illnesses, they only focus on their issues. And we want to expand that a bit and talk, with different rare disease and different chronic conditions, because a lot of times we have the same issues that we're dealing with for access.
Yeah, and you want people to realize.
Simply what we want people to realize is that if you're having trouble getting medicine, if you're having trouble paying for your insurance, there are legislators here in New York that can help. It's a crazy time for folks, and we are fighting for patients to make sure they have their voice.
Give patients a voice.
I love it.
That's what's going on. And give our guy a big round of applause when you get to give him a hug for me.
For Antonio, I will, most certainly.
Thank you so much. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. Jeremy Griffin, Executive Director, New York City Hemophilia Chapter. Thank you so much.
Thanks
Pleasure
a lot,
meeting
Bob.
you too.
Nice to meet you too.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more next.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
And I can't change, even if I try, even if I wanted to. My love, she keeps me warm. 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 She keeps me warm.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Love is kind. Love is patient.
And welcome back, everybody. Hey, you know, on August the 24th, community groups will come together. They're going to be coming together for their 25th annual Back to School Jam Block Party. And joining us with the preview, we have the Reverend. I love her hugs. I see her all the time out in the community. She has the sleeves rolled up, and sometimes she comes short-sleeved. And she's here today, just like that. Reverend Carmen Hernandez. She's the president of the 1471-73 Watson Avenue Resident Council.
Yes.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, Mr.
Another
Bob.
hug.
Oh my God, love you. A bucket list, another bucket list scratch off. And then it's funny how you grew up in history, and you're like, oh my God, you know, at 10, I was under the wings of Maria Teresa, the nuns. I even danced for her birthday, 68th birthday.
Oh, wow.
I was under the wings of Robert Lake Garcia, the congressman, the first Puerto Rican congressman.
Yeah, yeah.
He introduced me the first bull, President Herman Badillo.
Yeah,
And
wow.
it's funny how they know you when you were a little kid. I'm still got the same face. Look, just I was skinny, huh? But when you grew up in those history and you realize God has a purpose, and especially when you firsthand understand, you know, I grew up in the South Bronx, went to 154, PS 30, PS 40, you know, Berg Alexander, and is another name, and then you realize, you know, what when you lose out being a kid, because in our culture, African American Latino, especially when we're in the urban, we lock in our apartment. Yeah. My mother was the type of woman that didn't let us go out in the street and just do wander around. That was not her. She was like,
she kept the watch on you.
She kept me in the house watching the kids. So I helped her raise 8 brother siblings.
And if you were out there, she was looking right out the window, No,
No, she
She's
didn't,
right there
she
with
didn't
you.
allow that. But when you learn all that and you realize the needs of our kids in our community,
Yeah.
so what was in store in me, the Bronx is my village.
Yes.
So each person that is storing and look, you under their wings and you give back. It's just giving back what you lack of. So I understood each of those kids what they went through. I used to go to Stratford Avenue, blow the whistle, and the kids would come out and the mothers would wake them up, check what Carmen wants. And that's how the SES, Stratford Community Service Annual Back to School Jam Party was born.
They recognize your whistle when you blow it. Huh?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
It's like the ice cream truck that comes by.
No, you got to go on my
but they know your
Facebook,
whistle.
and a lot of 200 of my kids found me. They're men
See?
and women now with their own careers and their own lives.
Wow. And you can still blow that whistle
and I
because
still-
you're in position to do so.
Yeah, I just had yesterday. It's funny how last night one of the young women reached out to me, messenger, and she said, "You're the lady from the church used to be in Morrison."
See?
And I was like, "Yeah." And then she sent me 2 pictures, a cover of a Bible,
Yeah.
because I gave Bibles to the kids in the community
Yeah.
when we moved on. And she still had it. I said, "Oh my God." She said, "Some pages are old, but I still have it. It's very sentiment." That makes me realize that everything that I sacrifice, because people think being community work is easy. Like, oh yeah, I'm here. I never thought to be in cameras. One, because I have people that coach me and say, "Carmen, if you really want to do more for your people, you gotta, let them
Because
meet
Carmen, you're down to earth, you're spiritual, and you're anointed, and you're full of love.
Amen.
And people can feel that in you,
Yeah.
As soon as I came down the steps, you
have
lit up,
to.
and I lit up too. I said,
We live in a world that since I was young, I lacked love. And I was in trouble when I asked God. I didn't know what I was asking for. And I asked the Lord, "Can you give me the gift of love?" Because my family needed love. I needed love. And the whole community, because everything is chaos, People like looking now, those times now is not like the times we used to deal pressure. Now is people, anything you have a little argument, they pull out a gun at you. People need to find their higher power, and I feel that we're losing that sensibility of community. That's why I started this annual, and I became Tenant President of 1473 Watson, which I'm the CEO and founder. We, for the first time, did an organization incorporated because we need accountability, transparency.
Yes.
And I went through hell. Believe me, Jesus went through hell his own time. I went through hell mine, because when you're trying to do things right, a lot of people don't want things right.
No, because not everybody wants the same things out of life. And
no, we're
sometimes
blamed
you
a lot
need
of stuff
people
that's
like you to guide
happening
them
in
the
our
right
life.
direction.
We're blamed of not caring for our neighbors. We're blamed when, we throw garbage right in front of our building. These are people that they have professional, and they live in the building and they do this. All that hurts, because you're like, why are you doing this to yourself?
And then the little ones growing up, they see that. They think
see
that they
that.
can do it, and it continues on.
That's why a lot of the youth now these days, they don't respect anybody. If I tell them with kindness, listen, do you live here? They get very like, what do you care? I say, well, I'm Senate President. I do care.
Yeah.
This
So
is my
parents
living.
always understand that if you're doing something, somebody's always watching. Not only big brother and big sister, but your little nephews and cousins and children are watching you to guide them in the right direction. If you do something, we all know that they're like little human tape recorders. They want to do everything that you do because you're there to guide them in the right direction. And if you're guiding them into and throwing stuff on, and they're going to do the same thing.
Yeah, but people, not because you're here, but you have been instrumental in my life. When you have TV to be your guidance, you too, your voice and your music, their positivity, inspired me too. You were my village, and a lot of people don't know how important your role is as a personality on radio and on TV and movies. I don't watch horror movie. I watch movie that, okay, you might call me corny, but you know what? Is what you put in your life is what you bring out. I prefer to see love movies, things that will feed you love, to give love.
Good stuff in, good stuff out.
And you were one instrumental, I have to say, that I always saw you.
Yeah.
And when I saw you, I was like, oh my God, I never thought I was going to ever meet you. That voice, the man with the voice, I think that's what they used to call you. I used to call you like that. So it's in my honor, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because if we could give one day out of a year, a day that the senior citizen, the moms, the single moms, and our kids, one day of a joy. And I mean, I do really family oriented. We have 2 characters, one for the boy and girl. So they will pick the most famous one in this year. So we're gonna have Shimmers, and then we're gonna have the blue shark.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be live for the little ones. Oh, they have a blast. We had Elmo, we had Cookie Monster before. We had, I think, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man. Went crazy. I went crazy with Cookie Monster. But these are the things that, you know, as a humble, and you want to do more, but you do what best what God gives you and just make it happen.
So you're putting this together. This is going to come. This is going to happen when? On the
This
24th.
Saturday,
This
yeah,
Saturday.
the 24th.
And it's over. It's going to be over at 1471-73 Watson Avenue.
Yeah, the entrance is on Colgate. And
how's it going to look? I'm going to walk in there and we're going to see
man,
what.
it would be
I'm
an
just
honor
saying.
to have you. You know what? You're going to go in there, it's like being community. And that's important. We need that, and the lack of that people that come in there, they feel home like no stranger at all. And that's awesome.
So we'll walk in and we'll see what.
You're going to see a bunch of kids running all over the place having fun. You're going to hear the DJ playing. And you're going to see some artists. We're going to have some great artists coming, like Diana. Diana was one of my kids back when she was 5. When she came to my event, her dad recognized, oh, this is Miss Carmen. You were a little kid. I was like, what? Like, it's crazy how God brings them back to your life. And now they'll be performing in your event. That is so crazy. That's a mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So I am blessed that my life speaks for itself.
How about the food? Any food?
What? We got, oh man, Sazón de Olga. She is on Castle Hill. She cook. The seniors love her cooking. So please come, you know, and have a great, because there's enough food there. We're going to have ribs. We're going to have pollo al horno, you know, roasted chicken. We're going to have pernil. So a whole lot of meal there,
You
man.
see me licking my lips
They
right
love
now.
it. Why? It's making me hungry right now. And the day is not
I'm
even here.
salivating right now.
But we're going to have live, you know, Abracadabra, who does our entertainment for 20 years. And they'll do their magic show, their face painting, you know, and just have a great time, you know. And at the same time, we'll be educating, you know, the community.
Yeah. Did you put up a website for the 1471?
We have a Facebook page, but they could Google my name or Google the organization. You'll find it.
Yeah, it's right there. Okay.
I'm a social media queen. You'll find me. I can't hide.
You're into it? They
I
got
can't
you
even
in it?
sin if I wanted to.
Remember the original social media was just stepping out into the community and shaking hands and kissing babies and everything. And
but remember,
hey, how
we
are
didn't
you?
have
Waving a hand and see ya.
It's crazy how we didn't have internet. Nobody knew about anybody.
Yeah.
Now the whole world can know
Oh,
about
you got to be careful.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
have any
crazy.
hairs in your nose when you're taking pictures.
Use it for positive. You know, use internet for positive, man.
Yes,
It's a chance for us to, those don't have a voice, have a voice.
So it's this coming Saturday. It's the 25th annual SCS Back to School Jam Block Party.
Yeah, I'm celebrating
2019.
25 years community work, and that's the gift. That's my work of 25 years.
Like, you know, God shines the light, stay lit, as young people
Well,
say.
it's 40
stay
years,
lit.
but in some view, it's 25 years.
Yeah.
But 40 years community work.
God bless
my
you,
life.
my darling.
Thank you.
Rep.
Thank you.
Give a
Bob.
big hand, everybody, to Reverend Carmen Hernandez, President, 1471-73 Watson Avenue, Resident Council Incorporated.
Oh my God, I need a copy of this. WBLS, Bob Lee, Dr. Bob Lee, say this. Oh my God, my name. Who would have believed? What a gift. What
And
a
we'll
gift
take
from
a
God.
quick break, and we'll come back with more. I'm taking a look. Next on Open.
I'm in love with this guy.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
And welcome back. I'm your host, Doc Bob Lee. Hey, our next guest is the coordinator of Dinner en Blanc and joins us for a look at this event and where the proceeds are going to. We'll welcome Donyshia Boston Hill.
Yes.
You got married. Oh, hey. We welcome you to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm good. It's so good to see you.
So you got a wonderful setup here.
We do.
Let's talk about it.
Yes, so Dinner en Blanc started in Paris over 30 years ago and came to New York City in 2011 with over 1,200 people. And I said, why not Long Island? Why not Queens, Brooklyn, for other people, and the Bronx, for other people to participate in this amazing event.
Well, how did you get involved?
Actually, one of my co-hosts, he produced Dinner en Blanc New York City. Oh. And he handled all the production. And when I left Hot 97 5 years ago, he said, you should apply for the license for Dinner en Blanc. I had no idea what this event entailed, and I did. It's similar to like a franchise license, and I won the license. So now we take over 2,000 people to a secret location. They dress in all white. They bring their tables, chairs, their amazing tables.
They bring their own tables and chairs?
You can. We have two options. One, they bring their own, because some people are really big foodies and they like the journey of it all. And other people can rent from a company called Rental to Remember. They go to different countries. They will set up everything for you.
This is nothing like the, bring your own brown bag parties. This is
elegant.
high
This
end.
is high end. This is high end, Bob. Very hoity-toity. But yes.
Am I on the guest list?
You are, and that's the only way you can get in.
No. That's the only way you can get in?
That's the only way you can get in. So you have to know me or my network of friends, and we put you on the guest list. So that's phase one.
When's it going to happen?
So we're open now with phase one. Phase two is like if I sponsor you. So Bob, I'm going to give you the inside scoop. I'm going to sponsor you to become a member. And then phase three opens this Saturday at 3 p.m. So that's August 24th at 3 p.m. That's everyone on the wait list. We have over 5,000 people on the wait list.
5,000 people waiting to get involved.
Waiting to register. So phase one is everyone who attended last year, the people we are going to invite, and then we sponsor. And then on Saturday, 5,000 people have the chance to register. And we're only taking 2,000 members.
2,000 people can get in.
2,000 people can get in.
Come with your manners, come with your etiquette.
Your etiquette. You bring your,
You're setting up the whole thing. So you're going to let people know what to do. A lot of people who are involved in this, they know what to do, what to bring,
right. So first timers.
How to act.
Yes. First timers.
So if you're a first timer and you don't know anything, what do you tell them?
You can go to longisland.dinnerenblanc.com and register for the wait list. That's the first thing to do. Now, when I open the wait list, I'm going to send everyone the invitations. And when you get that acceptance, because you're at your computer trying to get in, you're going to say, oh my goodness, I got in. You go in, you register for the bus, the nice bus, the Long Island Railroad, and that's your mode of transportation.
Right.
Or you can select the location just to walk. You decide, but what's great this year is we partnered with Nice Bus, because Long Island, you really can't walk to a lot of places in Long Island.
Right, right.
So if the Nice Bus is $2.75, you bring a free can of non-perishable items, you donate that to the Nice Bus and you hear me kiss, the keeper of the brand foundation, we will give you a return ticket for free.
Ah, I got you.
All those proceeds go to either a food pantry, Long Island Harvest. We haven't made a decision yet. The members are currently voting on what organization we're going to donate those non-perishable items to.
Okay, so what do we have here on this table?
What you have here is a lovely tablescape. So it's a foodie event. And when you walk in, you set up your table or you rent, you really want your table to stand out. We had the best tablescape contest.
There you go. I was going to ask you about that.
We
People
do,
get a
the
prize
best
for having
contest.
the best table.
They do. They will win either a $500 gift certificate or a vacation via Sofitel Hotel. So we have amazing prizing. Or you may receive a basket of cheer, which is wine or champagne, because it's a wine and champagne event only. So they bring their tablescape, we judge, and voila, you win a prize.
So wait a minute, you may want to come up there and put a package together for people who want to spend the night.
We
If there's
do.
a wine and champagne affair.
We do. We partner with some of the local hotels.
Yeah.
Garden City Hotel, the Marriott and Uniondale Marriott.
All that's on the website,
That's
right?
all on the website.
Good,
all
good.
the information is there for people to go and see. It's a late night, so it's September 15th, Sunday, September 15th. They enjoy themselves, they dress in white, and we bring the magic. So
You bring the magic.
True radio style, we bring all the entertainment. You show up, you order your food from one of our caterers, Elegant Affairs. They did all the Diddy parties out in the Hamptons.
Yes, yeah.
And also
So you
Panache
have the DJs
Eurosol.
and bands and
we
all
have
that
the
stuff.
DJs, the bands, but we have really upscale entertainment. We have aerialists in the past. We've had ballerinas. We've had a lot of surprise and delights moments planned for this year. And if they Google Donyshia Blanc, Long Island, you'll be able to see like what happens around the world. It's always about the surprises. Everything is about secrecy.
Makes you say, oh, shoot.
Fear of missing out, exactly. I want to be a part of this because I don't want to watch on Facebook or social media to see what's happening. I want to be in the mix. So the night unfolds where you meet at a departure point, you go to the secret location, you have the napkin wave, and you wave the napkin as part of the
Get something and wave it. Get something and wave it. Get something and wave it. And this is right after Carnival, too. Carnival's on the Eastern Parkway.
We dine, and then we have sparkling moments, and that signifies the dance floor and the party, and that's it.
Wow. All right, so you have to let us know more. Is Helen coming?
Helen is coming. Hopefully we'll have you there. We'll coordinate that with Sharon.
Okay.
And let me tell you, all the information for all your viewers are right there on LongIslandDonyshia.com. They sign up, they join the wait list, and if they email me at longisland@Donyshia.com and they say, Bob Lee sent me, I will allow them to jump the wait list and register early.
Oh, okay.
How about that?
That sounds good. Helen, you ready?
Register early.
Now, do we have to bring our own table or our rentals?
You won't. We're going to put you in the media
can sit at
lounge or
somebody's
VIP.
table?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We'll make sure we take care of you.
All right.
But everyone else, they can bring their tables and chairs or they can rent them on site and pick up at the secret location.
And what are people wearing?
They're wearing all white. They're really, really elegant, Parisian style. Some people go over the top, and some people just look really this elegant night of dinner. You know, this is my dinner attire, or they really go in different costumes. It's amazing to see.
I like it. I like it. Sounds good.
Thank
okay,
you.
so we can go to that website again. What is it?
LongIslandDinnerOnBlanc.com.
LongIslandDinnerOnBlanc.com.
You got it.
The coordinator of Dinner on Blanc right here, Donyshia Boston Hill, the coordinator. Thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you.
You too.
Thank you. Looks good. Can't wait to get there. All the entertainment, all the food, all the happening, all the wonderful people, and the setups. We're going to check out the whole thing. Got to take a quick break, but stay tuned. My man Bobby C, he has a sports roundup coming up next.
Even if I tried, even if I wanted
Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Music is a bridge between the material and the spiritual. As a blind person, you have to be aware that nobody can tell you what you can or can't do. You really have to try things. My wife, who was also blind, was a good cook. When she died, that's when I started Meals on Wheels. My name is Harvey Lauer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
This is Bobby C. out at MetLife Stadium, where we begin our look at sports this week with the 2-0 New York Football Giants in the preseason. They head to Cincinnati for week number 3.
It helps to win, but it helps just to to play well, to move the ball. Getting guys. A lot of receivers are making plays down the field, on go routes and getting open. So I think when it makes the competition good at practice, it makes guys hungry to want to get in and make plays, and you see the competitiveness, and I think that's good for the team.
I think I've made progress, and I think in certain areas I feel a lot more confident than I did even when camp started or even a couple weeks ago. But I think it's still still so much to learn for me. I think I'm certainly more confident, more comfortable, but see a lot of things I need to improve on.
Especially just starting with the first group, everybody was running to the ball, communicating better, getting lined up, and just executing their job. And then there was no drop off once the rest of the units came in. We played with high energy, was executing our jobs and assignments. And should we look up, we were having some good results every time we looked up at the scoreboard or at the stat sheet. So just wanted to continue it, have the end goal in mind, and that was just to finish.
Maybe the G-men can play 2 quarterbacks and stay undefeated for the entire season. Eli Manning and Daniel Jones threw TDs to lead the Giants over the Bears, although Manning and his heir apparent tossed first-half touchdown passes against Chicago backups in the win. In the end, Big Blue had an easy night in posting a 32-13 preseason victory on Friday night. The G-men will be in Cincy on Thursday night. Meanwhile, the Jets, fresh off their first preseason victory, welcome the New Orleans Saints to the Meadowlands this Saturday night. That game kicks at 7:30 p.m. Gang Green hosted their green and white game last night at MetLife. Head coach Adam Gase expressed regret for the Avery Williamson injury, saying, open quote, "It's on me," close quote. Give him credit for owning it. You can bet some players were questioning why Williamson, a popular player and a terrific linebacker, was the only starter in a preseason game so late in the first half. That injury happened in preseason week 2 against the Falcons. On to baseball, Pete Alonso hit his 40th home run to break the National League rookie record, capping a late outburst by the New York Mets and their 11-5 victory over the Kansas City Royals on Sunday. With a 9th inning solo shot off Royals pitcher Jacob Barnes on Sunday, Alonso secured the record. He now has 40 with 36 games left in the regular season. Cody Bellinger, currently the home run leader with 42, hit 39 homers in his rookie season in 2017, holding the record until yesterday. The Major League record is 52, set by Yankees star Aaron Judge, also in 2017. Judge had broken Mark McGwire's record of 49 all the way back in 1987. Alonso went 3 for 4 with a walk, an RBI double, and 3 runs scored along with the homer. He's now batting .271 with a .979 OPS with those 40 homers and 95 RBI on the season. Rookie of the Year, indeed. More importantly, the Mets improved to 64-60. They have the same exact record as the Philadelphia Phillies and the Milwaukee Brewers, sitting a game and a half out of that second wild card. Good for the Mets. Rooting hard for that Subway Series World Series rematch. Hey, you never know. The Mets are home for Cleveland tomorrow night. Speaking of those Indians, they are awfully good. Mike Clevenger struck out 10 in 5 shutout innings. Mike Freeman had 3 extra base hits, and the Indians tamed the New York Yankees 8-4 Sunday for a 4-game split between AL pennant contenders. The Bombers begin their West Coast swing in Oakland tomorrow night. The Yanks will look to get back on track against the A's. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. Sad news out of the NFL. Cedric Benson, the 4th overall pick in the 2005 NFL Draft, has died, according to multiple reports. He was just 36. Benson's life reportedly ended in a motorcycle accident on Saturday night in Austin, Texas, when the motorcycle on which he was riding struck a minivan. A woman who was riding on that same motorcycle also passed away. Benson's passing has not been officially announced by authorities in Texas. Drafted by the Chicago Bears, Benson had 3 superb seasons that included multiple off-field issues. Released by the Bears, Benson joined the Bengals in 2008, and he rushed for more than 1,000 yards in 3 straight seasons from 2009 through 2011. In the WNBA, the Phoenix Mercury beat New York 78-72 on Sunday, extending the Liberty's losing streak to 8 games. Been another rough go-around for the Liberty this season. On the street ball circuit here in the Bronx, the BX's own Jordan Aaron lifted Av-Life over the Brooklyn Stompers Sunday at Orchard Beach. In the championship game, it was certainly the summer of Jordan Aaron. He won the 2019 regular season MVP in the league's 20th anniversary season. He's now a 2-time champ and a 2-time championship game MVP following his stellar performance Sunday, which was announced by yours truly. Shameless plug there. The rain started to come down at Orchard late in the 3rd quarter. That game was moved to the PAL on Longwood, and it was another comeback victory for Av-Life and Mr. Aaron. Congrats to both of them. Sunday also saw record numbers for the Slam Summer Classic Volume 2 out at Dyckman Park in Washington Heights. 20 of the best high school players in the country at one of the most iconic venues. You can watch the replay at slamonline.com. Those games also featured this dude's voice. The Slam Classic brought out more celebrities, including 8-time NBA All-Star Dwight Howard, and Howard could now be on the move to join LeBron James in Los Angeles. DeMarcus Cousins was a big part of the Lakers' plans this season, but he is now out until next year with a torn ACL. That leaves a big hole at center. The Lakers don't want to play Anthony Davis extended minutes at the 5, so the Lakers are looking at the free agent center market, which of course is pretty slim. One guy they want to talk to is former Laker Dwight Howard, currently on the Memphis Grizzlies roster, but expected to be bought out, according to reports. Expect Howard to rejoin the Lakers because he told me so. In motor racing, Will Power will, be big time this year because he won the ABC Supply 500 at Pocono Raceway Sunday afternoon after approaching rain and lightning caused the race to end prematurely with 128 of the 200 scheduled laps. The driver of the number 12 Verizon Team Penske Chevrolet took the lead of the race on lap 107 and continued to pace the field until the yellow flag came out on lap 126. The win is the first of 2019 for Power, who extends his record of consecutive seasons with at least 1 victory to 13. Impressive. In tennis, the U.S. Open is about to invade New York. The marquee event returns to Queens this week. How about the feel-good story of this past week? Nathan Patterson's dream year continued in his debut for the Oakland Athletics organization. Patterson, the fan who was signed after hitting 96 miles per hour in a stadium radar gun booth, made his first appearance with the A's in the rookie-level Arizona League. He struck out all 3 batters he faced. Unreal. The 23-year-old Patterson made headlines when he threw 90-plus mile-per-hour pitches in a radar gun booth at a Colorado Rockies game. Can you believe that? The A's, who had seen his previous viral-worthy radar gun throws last year, signed him to a minor league contract. He clarified earlier in the week that while the last time he played organized baseball was indeed in high school, it was on the junior varsity team his junior year as a middle infielder, per the San Francisco Chronicle. Summer before his senior year, he blew out his elbow. He went on to pitch in community college and then became a landscaper. Now 5 years later, he's gone from JV to radar gun booth to the minor league. Dreams do come true, folks. in the octagon. Safe to say UFC 241 lived up to expectations and then some. Saturday's event in Anaheim, California saw the return of one of the biggest stars in the sport, Nate Diaz, who looked nothing short of phenomenal in his first fight in 3 years. And yet the night belonged to Stipe Miocic, who reclaimed his heavyweight championship for Daniel Cormier and possibly solidified himself as the greatest heavyweight of all time. A shocking upset in my book. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for some perspective on Miocic, Cormier. There are 3 potential options for Stipe. Run it back with Cormier or square off against John Jones or Francis Ngannou. Miocic has a #1 contender in Ngannou, and Ngannou honestly deserves a title shot. Now, Miocic is the champ and deserves to have his say as to who he wants to fight. He already defeated Ngannou in January of 2018. If he's looking for a new challenge, I would ask for Jones. Personally, I'll be rooting for a Cormier rematch, part 3. On to that side of things. I have, no doubt Cormier has years of competition left if he wants it. He looked great on Saturday until the tide turned in a big way in the 4th round. Some are suggesting retirement for him. He's had one of the most distinguished careers in the sport's history, but I do hope he doesn't leave on this note. The sport is undeniably better with DC. He should come back and reclaim the heavyweight title. Share your thoughts with me at The Voice Bobby C on social media. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C. Stay tuned. More Open back after this.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made this vacation happen.
Double points with every purchase?
Cleverly merging promotions.
Love it.
Cross-referencing travel sites. And booking all your flights with those...
Vouchers. I got us bumped.
They were like, oh. But now they're like... Aloha. You aced this vacation. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
And welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee, and our next guest is a singer-songwriter from Bolivia. Yeah, and he's gone back over there to do some concert work, and of course, he's going to hang out with us over here in the Bronx, too. He joins us for a look at his work and his newest video. We welcome Marcos Tabera. Welcome to the show.
Bob, thank you so much. Thanks for having me here. It's an honor, it's a pleasure to be here and share my last work, my recent work, I would say, with the community.
Yeah. Now, you're from Bolivia, but you've been here. You've been living here for some time now.
Yes, it's kind of like 29 years living here in Queens, Long Island, and
the Bronx, and you go back and forth.
Back and forth, exactly. I'm more a citizen of the world.
There you go.
There we go.
This, what you're doing today, is a kickoff. Tell us about it.
Well, basically today is an international launching from my video, from my recent work, which is the Blues of the Charango.
Blues of the Charango.
Correct. The charango, it's an instrument created by the Bolivians in the 1600s.
Yeah.
When the Spaniards came over there.
Pass me that instrument. Pass me that instrument so we can take a look at it. Don't take it out of the box. Leave it like it is. It's very expensive. Leave it right like that. We'll show you another time. But go ahead.
And well, basically, it's a small guitar, 10 strings, you know. And at that time, slavery, it was common in those countries like Bolivia, Peru, also here. And that's why I try to make with the son, say a little bit of our common history. Yeah. And I make this song created in New Orleans, and well, we'll see. I hope people like it.
Yeah. We're gonna bring it up on a video in a little while.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. So, well, we welcome you here. Thanks for coming to share this. And I was wondering if we can go back to Bolivia with you to be in your concert.
That'd be great.
Be in the audience of your concert.
That'd be great. Yeah. September 13, we have a big concert in La Paz, which is my city. As a matter of fact, it's a high city, 4,000 meters above the sea.
Whoa.
Yeah, so you need a little bit of extra air.
You bring some oxygen with you.
There we go. Yeah. You're always welcome over there. And I have a good feeling with people in Bolivia because I'm proud of my roots, as I'm proud of to be a New Yorker also.
Yeah.
So
they know you. So
they know me.
It's expected to be a big deal over there when we go.
Yes. Well, I was a month ago. I was in an interview with CNN.
Yeah.
Here in Miami, and they think after 5 or 6 years you get out from your country, you forget your roots.
But not you.
Which is not me. Forget it. I'm always Bolivian 100%, but I'm saying, I'm New Yorker too.
Yeah.
So thank you for having me here.
Yeah. All right. You want to take a look at the video? Yeah.
Very good.
We have the video. If we have the video, let's pull it up. I guess when they're getting that ready, give us like a quick synopsis of what's happening in the video.
Okay, the video, you're gonna see me singing with the brothers from New Orleans, but also showing the instrument that I told you, the charango. It's like you having
10 strings.
10 strings. It's like you're having a real talk with the Mississippi River. Mississippi River, give it back in blues. That's what it is, basically.
Oh, okay. So is it like a call and response?
Right.
Yeah.
Music is very complicated if you try to explain it. But you just gotta listen and you're gonna understand what I'm trying to say. Also poetry, it's a little bit hard to explain. They explain themselves,
Yeah. That's beautiful. And that's just one video. You have another one that you're working on also?
Yeah, I have another one before. There was the Pachpaku. That's another video.
Pachpaku.
Yes.
P-A-J-P-A-K-U.
That's an indigenous name to name a people who just selling illusions, like a government, people in the government and in the power, I would say, when they're offering you a nice life, but they do the opposite.
Selling you illusions.
Illusions.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That's another video that I shoot here in New York with my band, and you got to see it to understand also what I'm trying to talk about.
No, I understand. I mean, you can sell illusions all over the world.
There we go. We have a lot of sellers.
Yeah, that's right.
Everywhere.
We got a lot of salespeople and a lot of people buying too.
Exactly.
I was wondering, are we going to that video right now? All right, let's take a look at it.
There we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, I was playing the air guitar here.
You do the solo.
That was a solo.
That's good.
And that's called the blues of the
charango.
The blues of the charango. Yeah.
Correct.
That's good. That was a good sound.
Oh,
But an
thank
R&B
you.
beat too, with a little.
Yes, it's like I'm saying, it's a fusion, it's a mix. You know, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but basically it's like I was told you before, we share in history.
Yeah.
So in historic events, I would say also, and
So where a lot of the jazz and blues came from New Orleans too.
correct.
Yeah.
Well, everything started there,
Yeah,
you know. And if you go back 100 years ago, I mean that instrument, the charango, also got different rhythms, you know. So
Originally
that's-
made in Bolivia.
In Bolivia, the charango.
So Bolivia comes to New Orleans.
In New Orleans,
and then
go
to
back.
New York,
There we
and then
go.
around the world to the
There we-
boogie down Bronx.
That's we're trying to destroy barriers and walls with the sun.
There you go.
Yes.
Tear down
we
walls.
We don't need walls.
Yeah.
We don't need walls.
Yeah. Where can we go to get more information on what you're doing?
Well, I'm in Facebook, I'm Spotify. I have some websites that come up after the concert, but basically, Facebook is the right place to have me.
Yeah, talk to Mike and Helen to see if we can get down to the concert.
That'd be awesome. That'd
All
be
we need is
great.
our passport, right?
There we go. You got it. I'm gonna be the guy for you guys.
You got it. Okay, thank you so much. Give him
a
a
lot,
big
man.
round of applause, everybody.
Appreciate it.
Marcos Tabera, Bolivian songwriter. Yeah.
Thank
right
you so
here.
much.
Thank you for
Thank
sharing
you.
your work with
I
us.
really appreciate
Yeah.
it, man.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. I'd like to thank our guests for joining us and you for tuning in and checking it all out. You can catch a recablecast tonight at 5 and 10 p.m. or watch anytime on the web at bronxnet.org, or you can tune in Wednesday for an all-new episode with our host, Darren Heine. For all of us here at BronxNet, have a great and enjoyable day. Thank everybody, our floor managers. Thank everybody in the booth. Helen, thank you guys so much. You guys put it all together, and I'm just a presenter of all this wonderful information. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you, and what you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. I'll catch you over 107.5 WBLS tonight. Love you all. Peace.